Hi everyone, my name is Darcy Hickson. I have a certified organic farm near Brandon, Manitoba, and I'm pleased to contribute to the Manitoba Organic Alliance virtual smartphone summer tour. Now I have to say on spoiler alert that this presentation isn't any Academy Award winning presentation, but I did dig out my farmer's fedora and my Sunday go-to-meeting outfit, and I'm heading off now to narrate a story to you about zero-till organics by accident. Our story starts in August of 2020 when 45 cow-calf pairs were moved into a paddock of oats, forage peas, Japanese millet, and berseem clover. They were moved twice a day with electric fencing into new paddocks, and the cattle actually adapt to this quite quickly. They like a new adventure, and this is like finding an open gate twice a day. The first pass is usually eating the tops of the materials, the oats and the peas, and then they move down to the lower material as the day progresses. There's some interesting speculation that goes on about the synergies between the bacteria on the animal's muzzle and the plants and the migration of this bacteria into the soil. So I was moving the cattle every day with my four-wheel horse, but the grazing project was coming to an end. While the cattle were there was no significant rain of any kind. So on September 10th, the grazing period was over and the cattle were moved to a new location. We were left with this wonderful thatch of material laying on top of the ground, but the ground was hard and dry, so we thought, well, let's wait and see if a softening rain comes along before we try and plow it down. Well, the rain never came, and the next thing we knew it was spring, and we still had this layer of thatch with all the manure laying on top of the ground. On May 20th, we decided we better accept the reality of drought conditions and direct seeded oats into the mulch material. We thought we better conserve every little bit of moisture that we could, and it was even caught on camera as Donovan's friend Brina flew her little drone overhead. So let's have a look at the crop and see how things are doing. The way things turned out last year, the field was divided in two, with 40 acres for a grazing green manure, and the other 40 acres was tandem disc down as a green manure plow down the way that we normally would. And if you look across the field, there's very little difference between the two pieces in color, height of the material, or the thickness of the stand. At Freeze Up last year, we did soil sampling and discovered that the nutrient levels that were being provided for this year's crop were quite low, which was disheartening but not surprising considering the lack of moisture that is needed to convert the organic material into usable nutrients. So there's some lessons to learn here. One I learned is that mob grazing can't be delayed until later in the growing season. The idea is to use the cows like a plow down and to do in the material before it heads toward maturity. I waited too long. Manure is dollars. If the idea of the cows grazing out there and leaving the manure is a beneficial thing, then you need to manage the manure to your potential. And perennial weeds sure love zero-till. I'll have to deal with that in the future. So let's end on a positive note and think about some of the wonderful things that actually happened here. The moisture conservation benefits on a dry year are self-evident. I really like the way that the mulch protected the soil and kept it cool, and we didn't squander any moisture with excessive spring tillage. The grazing green manure idea really has a lot of potential too, a place for the cows to go in August when quite often pastures really need a break. Thanks for watching this video. I hope we can do this again sometime.